And we're in, and welcome back to Terraria Blue Mage Challenge. Off camera, I got a little busy doing what I said I would. For instance, building homes. We have the merchant move in, and we built him a decent home, I'll show you, but most importantly, yeah, we were able to get the Dryad to move in, so I made a little area for potion farming. You might be asking, how did I get some of these seeds? Well, remember, we had 3 seed bags. So I opened them up, luckily got one of each seed, and spent literally untold hours waiting for this to grow, while I was building other things, obviously. So, as I said, I will show off what builds I have done. I would show off the Dryad house, but I just moved her into one. It's still a work in progress. So when it's done, I'll show you, and I will show you the merchant's house, explain the idea behind what I was going for, and yeah. But first, let's go back down to our little cave home that I love. You might notice there's something different here. Go away, mother slime, please. I'm trying to show off my beautiful farm. Oh yeah, I think I need like, what, 2-3 people here for enemies to stop spawning. And of course, being this kind of farm, it will generate, gem buddies and gem, squirrels. Because underground. Go away. So yeah, this is Money Farm 2.0. Basically, it's just a bunch of sapphire trees. Why sapphire? Let me ask you a question. What playthrough are we doing? Is it a red mage challenge? Is it a purple mage challenge? No, it's a blue mage challenge. So I have to do everything blue. I think rubies technically offer the best money per gem, but yeah. I made a sapphire farm. As you can see, it produces a decent amount of sapphires. Also, I took care of this while I was waiting. This is the first thing I made. Probably should have done the potion farm first, but whatever. And if you'll see here, I have already some stained glass to sell. See how much we can make off it. In case you're curious, I did not collect the sand here in this world as we don't exactly have the most sand to deal with, so I just used a resource world. A resource world being just another world I mine up all the sand, the wood, the whatever I need, delete it, and make a new one. I only do that because sand isn't a renewable resource. So, yeah. If it was, I would make a farm for it, but it's just easy to make a whole new farm and call it. Speaking of farm, let me just, didn't dodge him, but whatever. Come down here because I said we'll be finding the brain soon, so I made a little, let me just get down here, safe box for fighting the Brain of Cthulhu, which is also blue themed. I think I'm going to see a pattern in this playthrough. But yeah, it's just a nice little safe box to keep enemies out. And as you see, it's keeping enemies out. But that's for later. That is for later. Today we only have 2 objectives. Showing off what I've done off camera. And, I guess it'd be quicker to teleport. What am I doing? Showing what I've done off camera and testing our strength. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, simply put, we're going to go fight Skeletron when it's nighttime. And we're not doing anything, we're just going to make a basic arena, and I just want to see how easy or difficult it will be. For instance, if we get him halfway by doing absolutely nothing but a basic fight, then we know it's actually possible to beat him. If we get absolutely wrecked, then we know we should probably click some more items. And of course with our money farm we can reforge all of our items, and having the demolitionist moved in, plus money farm, means we can get a whole bunch of bombs for making other things, like a javelin farm, so I don't have to spend hours and hours and hours AFK collecting a few javelins. There's a reason why I haven't gone above 1,000. But I guess while we're here, we can, no, you know what, I'll sell it to the merchant. Actually, okay, maybe you'll tell me at least. So we have a lot, this sells for about almost 3 gold. And I think it's 40 per sapphire, which means we just grab 40. I said think, I'll check when we get back. What am I doing? Okay, so 40 equals 25 silver, so 1 sapphire about 25 silver, which means 4 sapphire equals about a gold. Not a bad conversion rate, not the best, but at least it's something. And I've also, in case this money farm proves to be a complete waste of time, I've built another money farm in a world we'll call Farmland. Why we call it that? Because I'm going to build various farms for various stages of the game that can be built in any world. For instance, if you look up early game money farm, you'll find a lot of what the current one is a gnome farm. Because gnomes are very, very valuable to sell, and they can be farmed. I didn't know that. Trust me, if you go out there, you can just look up gnome farm and you'll find like 4 or 5 different ones. Pick your, there's a thing right here. Pick your favorite and build one. I kind of build one based off of every single one I saw. Took a little inspiration from all of them so it copies no one specific design. But they say, for about an hour you can make like 20 platinum or something like that. So, if our little sapphire farm doesn't bear fruit, we have a backup. And the reason why I put it in a different world is because in all the different playthroughs I might do in Terraria in the future, and will do in the future, it makes sense to just have one farm built in one world rather than rebuilding the same farm for the millionth time in a world and take up valuable space. So that's the only reason why it isn't here, is because, if I'm building the same farm over and over and over in every world, I might as well just do it. And it's just a money farm. The reason why I'm still going to build like a battle farm, because it's important and it takes action. It's not just something you hop in and you're done. Alright, there's the person we're going to be fighting. And like I said, I'll convert this into a basic arena, because all we're doing is testing our current strength. Again, I need to reforge my gear for defense. I have 15 defense, but if I make this, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, that's 24 defense. That's over doubling our defense if we reforge to warding. So, yeah, again, the reason why I would go that over some damage is because that'd be 24%, basically a quarter damage increase. So let me ask you, over doubling our defense for damage taken, or going from 17 to 20? What would be better? I think you know the answer. And crit chance, yeah, that would go up by 24% to 40, but that's still less than half a percent, or that's 40% chance for a weapon to crit. So, yeah, defense early game, probably best. So here we are at our merchant's world. Let me see, do you sell for basically the same price? Whatever, we got some gold now. Now, you might be questioning, what kind of home is this? To which I say, I understand, let me explain. The idea behind this is a retired merchant who has one of those luxurious or luxury modern day houses. The kind that are white squares and glass. So, white squares, rectangles, hard edges and glass. I'll probably upgrade this over the course of the playthrough, maybe put a balcony over here to get to the beach. Maybe use something better than marble, maybe make it bigger. But this is, for the most part, is what I want. It's not like the Goblin one where I have to get more items. Just might be something I touch on if I see better pictures of a modern day house. But yeah, if you ever see those pictures where it's just 3 or 4 white rectangles and a bunch of glass, that's what I was going for. A retired merchant who has a beach house, but decided, hey, wouldn't it be nice to actually retire and help out this young adventurer, so that's the idea. And while we're here, we can get... Let's grab 1 piggy bank. I normally don't use extra. So this means we'll have a place for all of our money, but yeah, that's what I did off camera. Built some farms, so we have access to money now by just AFKing. We have a potion farm going, so we can make battle potions for... we're getting to the point now where I'm probably going to need all the help I can get, right? So, while we wait for it to be night, because it's almost night, let me make a basic arena. First, we grab the water candle for spawn rates, and we're just going to put down a couple layers of platforms. Again, when we find this later, I just want to test my strength. That's all I'm doing. Eventually I'll put down, we have the Dryad moved in, so we can put down sunflowers for movement speed. We have the jungle scouted a little bit, so we can find honey for regen. We have wood farms, so we can make all the platforms we want. Alright, now we make a layer up here, and we're going to need some more, so let me craft up a few. Because we're at the point now where I have plenty of resources, and I wonder why I even carry them. I always do, though, because it could be one of those situations where, like, oh, I need a couple blocks. I don't have a couple blocks. Although, it's mostly for inventory management. By keeping dirt, wood, and stone on me, no matter what I'm doing, I'll have a space for it in my inventory. Nothing worse than, like mining through the underground trying to find an item or a chest. And hey, would you look at that? I've got the inventory space for all the stone, and I missed a key item. Okay, sun setting. We finished putting out this platform. Make another layer, and we'll call it. Now, am I expecting to beat Skeletron? Absolutely not, because I'm not even going to try. What I am hoping to do is just test out my strength. Is this something we can feasibly do with a little bit more prep? Or am I just doomed right now? That is the only question I have. And yes, I will do my trick of placing platforms to give myself something to grapple to. It's really helpful. Although I guess now we also have the shield, so I don't know how helpful, but we'll keep it just in case. Alright, one more platform, then let's spawn Skeletron. Because right now, if we beat Skeletron, we have access to endgame blue magic. Which means this becomes a breeze going forward. It's no longer a challenge, just how quickly to the next part of the challenge. Whereas if we struggle time and time again, then we will have to go fight Brain of Cthulhu and Queen Bee for upgrades. That's basically all I'm doing. I'm doing a damage check. Normally I wouldn't do this, I would just go into the next boss, but considering how long it took me to beat King Slime, and then I one-shot Eye of Cthulhu, I better stop to make sure I'm actually not too strong. Nothing worse than, okay, I gotta over-prepare, and I could have already beaten him, So now, we wait, and would you look at that, it's nighttime. Alright. First we gotta get out of the way, and okay, already 2 shotters for half our health. But remember, we're not, and yeah, see why I think defense would be better? Okay, so in terms of damage, I'm doing about 12, yeah. Oh, I forgot to put my goal, oh well. So, as you can see, nowhere near close. And to be fair, that's because we're still early game. That's the point. But now with this knowledge and my lack of gold, what do we do from here? First, we wait for it to be morning because I don't have a bed made. No, I said morning. I need to make a bed. Okay, so what did we learn? We did 12 damage per hit and it had about 12,000 health, which means 100 hits on the head, not including the hands. So we might need a better weapon. And we got 4-shot basically, which is why, again, upping our defense would make it so we got, instead of taking 120 damage, we'd probably only take about 50-ish damage, which is better for surviving. Also probably use better armor. So what am I, and of course we'll have, that is the, sorry about that. That is a question. Even with Bast and the regen, well, let's see, Bast plus fully reforged warding would maybe make us only take 40 per hit, but then of course we get multi-hit, which means we might want to use our, the gladiator armor we have, because that makes it so we don't get staggered when we get hit. We lose some damage, but we get defense. On the other hand, we do have a potion farm going. Meaning, maybe, let's see, we can make an iron skin, which also increases our defense by 8. So, we can almost... Would regen and iron be enough? That's the real question, is if we gave it a real attempt, could we do it? And I honestly don't know. That being said, I do think we're strong enough to take on Brain of Cthulhu, which would give us regen armor. We lose the damage, but we get regen, which might be better than having more defense, as well as a defense buff. And we get the item to the Brain of Confusion, which gives us a chance to dodge attacks. So it might just be a battle of defense and not offense going forward. Because realistically, we could probably win that with regen, iron skin, endurance, which means we have to do a little bit of fishing, but hey, we can just make a fishing rod from Brain of Cthulhu. Get the armor for increased defense and regen, plus reroll all of our stats to warding even more defense. And then of course, Heart Lantern, Campfire, Honey, and Bast for max out defense and regen. If we do that, I don't think we are at risk of dying. On the other hand, I don't know... Sorry, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. So basically, I think next episode we take on Brain of Cthulhu, and off camera I get like 50 platinum together. That's a joke, maybe. And reforge all of our gear for defense. I'll make a farm using bombs for javelins so I have more than enough. And yeah, next episode, Brain of Cthulhu. Can we beat him? I hope so. Also, I guess I should make better healing. But that's minimal stuff to do off camera. Just minimum. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed gaming. This has been TheMechanist, logging off. Until next time.